All right, welcome back to YouTube's favorite variety channel. It's Kevin once again, as promised. Today we are doing a reveal of Tag. That's Tag's address there out in Los Angeles. So this is the packaging, just a FedEx bubble mailer. Go ahead and rip it open. A couple things about Tag. I saw several videos of them a while back and I got pretty excited. Seemed like it was a pretty good deal. You get this cool box to ship it in. No, you don't. And then they were saying, oh, it's 15 bucks and you get this 3-digit grading. Nope, wrong again. So we'll get more into that when we do the comparison between Tag and SGC. But to give you an idea, when you get the Tag grading, it's $15 for the regular scale, and it's an extra $30 if you want to get the 3-digit scale, but that's all sold out. They're not doing it. I haven't seen it offered in the past several months. I'm not sure when I started looking, but anyway, that's that. Looks like my light might be a little bit too bright. All right, I adjusted the light a little bit. Still seems like we're getting a little bit too much from the right side here. My hand looks strange, but anyway, let's get back into it. So I think I left off saying that the 30 card service has not been available, and who in their right mind is going to pay the same to an upstart company as you would to PSA? So that right off the bat is kind of annoying, but not as annoying as the submission kit. We'll get into that in a little bit, but it's like $50. It only says that it's 30 on the thing, or it says it's 39, but then they charge you another 9 to ship it to you. So we get a little one of these. What would Jesus do? Or who was that guy who rode bikes? Can't remember his name. He was a cheater anyway. And then our submission form. And the box isn't bad. The box is kind of nice. So let's get into it. If you're watching this video, you've probably seen these packages before. Like I said in the SGC video, I did cheat. There were 2 that I really wanted to know what was the deal. But you're not going to know about those yet. So let's go ahead and open these and we'll see what we got. This again was kind of throwing everything. Oh, there's Tony Twist. All right, so this was one that I was very excited to send. Oh, 10 on Tony Twist. Look at that. That's pretty dope. 2012 O-Peachy Tony Twist. If you don't know who Tony Twist is, he's the guy that can beat up just about anybody. Debatable whether or not he can beat up Link Gates, but we'll get into that some other time. So off the bat, we got a 10. That's cool. Pretty pumped about that. Darius Kasparaitis up next. What are we going to see here? Ooh, 8.5. Strange, because I thought this card was actually in better condition than the Tony Twist. Still, they present nice. And I've already decided for most gifts, again, if you saw the SGC video, you know my mailman is getting a nice SGC card, a Mark Messier card. But for everybody else, I think these slabs are going to make nice gifts. Good for PC, judging by eBay and Auction Ninja. Probably not great resellers now or ever. What do we have next? Bradley Beal. This was a mistake. I tossed it in. Again, it was one of those things. We got a 7. I don't know why. We'll have to look up at the thing. Try to figure out why Bradley got a 7. My guess is that there was some kind of surface imperfection. Still a nice looking card. I like the red, white, and blue prisms. Moving on. Oh, sorry, I probably should have jumped into this at the beginning. Just like SGC, this was a 23 business day turnaround from the time I dropped it off at the post office to the time it was dropped back off at my door. That's 17 business, 23 calendar. Here's a 10. Caleb Williams, that might pay off. We'll see. Or it might be one of those where I'm saying, whoops, should have sent it somewhere else. We'll see, though. So if the number 1 draft pick with a 10 in Tag can't get me my money back, then we'll know for sure. So I'm going to list that pretty soon, maybe. I don't know. I'll have to check the historic data on that and see if it's better to wait for the first couple weeks of the season. It probably would be. Nobody's really looking for NFL right now. Who's up next? Zach Gallen. I got this from the dollar bin. 9. Again, I'm not sure I agree, but that's the great thing about tag. They really, hopefully this takes over the whole industry, the way you can just look up the data and find out what was the deal with your card. So maybe I'll put some of that up for the Zach Gallen. We'll figure out what was wrong with that. I'll have to splice it in, of course. Next up, Travis Kelce, 9. Again, and I had heard, this is like my first real foray with grading, and I heard that Prism is tough to grade. I don't know why, though. I mean, all right, so yeah, we'll definitely, I'm not seeing anything, but we'll go over. I know I've said that now a million times. I'll probably forget to do it, though. Next up is Yoshida. 9? No. Either way, that is a nice card. Oh, there's a speck of dust just under the thing there. I don't know if the camera will pick it up. Yeah, see right up there, just above his helmet. Now, between me and you, I wiped these cards down, and I'm seeing all kinds of dust under there. But as the old saying goes, shit happens. Let's move on. So now these 3, that's weird how I open it up. These are going to be the 3 that I already know. So there's no more surprises and no more 10s, sadly. But at least Tony Twist is in there with a 10. Kodai Senga. Again, now this was going to be a gift for my nephew. Of all the Kodai cards I have, they all looked like 10s. So we're going to speed through and we'll bring up the grading report in just a minute. Ken Griffey Jr., Donruss Diamond Kings, 92 or 3? 3. That's just a pretty card. 7 is, I mean, that's about where it should be. Soft corners. That's probably the big thing. There's got to be some surface imperfections. But again, not things that I am seeing. Then again, when I sent these in, it was before I really started learning how to grade on your own. So this was more or less just a crapshoot. Could have gone to the store and just bought some lottery tickets. And finally, Vlad Jr. with a 9. Another nice card. So let me go ahead. We'll bring up the grading. We'll go through that really quick because it is kind of neat. Very neat. That's where the value of their system lies. Okay, so here we are at the tag portal where we can see our most recent submission. We can go ahead and we're going to view the dig report. So we already know Tony Twist is a 10. Let's go with the Travis Kelce and figure out what was wrong with this card. So zoom in, zoom out over the scroll wheel. Oh, this changes the transparency. So we can see even at negative transparency, I'm not seeing anything jumping out there. Oh, look at that, Pop 1. Sup, son? Also the highest graded card. It's good to know. So dings, centering 5149, so that's not a problem. I'm seeing 999s, thousands over here for the right edges. It's basically perfect. Corners. So even here, we're seeing everything above a 995. Back corners. That's weird because that looks like it's dinged up, but they're saying 999. Let's continue on. Wow for the edges. Front and back. Well, okay, we got 999 there. How do you decide between a 999 and 1000? I don't know. Graded image. Good. So, all right. Do we all want to say bullshit together? If there's nothing below a 995, how does the card grade at a 9 and not a 10? The best way I think to answer this, we'll compare it to the Tony Twist card. But as I'm scrolling through, I mean, maybe that 992, I think that's the lowest score I've seen, 992. Back centering. There we go. 3961. It would be nice though if they actually said, hey, here's the reason why, instead of letting us guess, but I would have to guess that the top bottom is centering. Which, maybe. Oh yeah, you can't see it right now, but maybe that's the issue. Anyway, let's go to the Tony Twist and see what we can learn about him. Or more specifically about this card. That way we can compare the two. So we already saw that. Let's scroll down. So interestingly, now the centering right to left on the front and the back, as well as the top and bottom on the front, not perfect. Whoops, I just moved the wrong thing. Sorry about that. Continuing on. So we got thousands, 99s. There's a 991. So just like with SGC, it seems like centering is of utmost importance. No, but interesting. So here's 984. That's the lowest that we've seen between this card or the Travis Kelce card. And this one still got a 10. 986. So I would have been less surprised if this got a 9, or I don't know if they do half grades, 9.5. But the Kelce card was clearly in better owned condition. I guess you can't really do much about how they print it out at the place. Let's go ahead. We'll move the camera back up. So comparing these two cards, again, looking directly at them, both you're going to think that these are perfect. So our main issue, top down centering, and I can kind of see, but again, you would have to know for a fact that Panini didn't leave any space. They intentionally wanted that word or that line of text to be the lowest absolute line of the image. I'm not sure we can make that assessment, especially when the front is perfectly centered top down, left, right. So that's that. Either way, I'm happy with it. I mean, I like when cards get turned around quickly. The slabs themselves in person, I know everybody says this, these slabs really do look nice. Don't feel the greatest. I want to say, months ago when I first started seeing videos about tag, everybody was saying how great they felt. They either changed something or those people were wrong. I don't know. I usually have a pretty nice tactile response, but that's going to do it. You want to take a look one more time at the display. Somewhat disappointing, but then not really. I mean, I did it to kind of test it all out, and I did that. So my efforts were fruitful. And I'm not too upset about anything, really. That Bradley Beal, maybe. That was just a waste of $20. But either way, I appreciate you watching. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.